Even after Abby's horrific murder of Joel in the iconic Episode 2, the WLF's savagery is demonstrated by Isaac's torture sequence in Day 1, Episode 4 of The Last of Us Season 2. As demonstrated in Season 2, Episode 4, when Ellie and Dina arrive in the city in search of Abby, the Washington Liberation Front, also known as the Wolves, has taken control of Seattle. After abandoning his former fellow Fedra troops, one of whom was surprisingly played by Josh Peck years earlier, Jeffrey Wright's Isaac, who he voiced in the video game The Last of Us Part 2, makes his first appearance. In Episode 3 of Season 2, The Last of Us introduces a new cult-like militia called the Seraphite, also known as the Scars. The Scars, who are easily recognized by the symmetrical facial scars that run the length of their cheeks from ear to mouth, are engaged in combat with the wolves in and around Seattle. One group has far more resources and power than the other. In a flashback scene, Isaac killed at least 8 of his former comrades by throwing grenades into his own FEDRA tank. The WLF then started to slowly wrest control of Seattle away from Fedra. Isaac proves what kind of villain he is, while torturing the Seraphite in The Last of Us Season 2. In Episode 4, Isaac tortures an unnamed Scar while remaining in command of the WLF. Isaac demands information about the Scar's next attack target while questioning the already severely battered, chained, and nude Scar. It becomes clear that the WLF and Seraphite were once allies before a truce was broken and war broke out, even if the episode does not go into detail about their past. The Scar voluntarily accepts Isaac's torture techniques, such as scorching a hot pan on his bare hand. Despite Isaac's sociopathic lack of empathy, Isaac appears to be genuinely evil as he sinisterly performs torturing the Scar, even though the Seraphites don't necessarily seem like people themselves. Isaac shares with the Scar how, despite the end of the world as we know it due to the cordyceps outbreak, he was able to acquire the restaurant-quality copper saucepan he had always desired as a child. The Scar offers his other hand for Isaac to burn while he prays to a deity of some kind, but finally embraces death. Isaac instantly shoots the Scar in the head after noticing that his lips are shut. What Isaac's torture scene says about the WLF in The Last of Us Season 2. When Isaac joined the WLF in The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 4, it first appeared as though he had betrayed Fedra joined the good side, or at least a better one based on resistance. His response to the voters, as Fedra cynically referred to them after their right to vote was taken away, made this point particularly clear. Additionally, Isaac appeared to find some merit in the one Fedra soldier he chose to spare, who later turned into a heartless wolf. We discover during the torture scene how that soldier's time in the WLF made him similar to those Fedra soldiers, and possibly worse. In The Last of Us Season 2, Isaac, like Abby, is a member of the WLF and has demonstrated little to no empathy for their targets or victims. After fighting to reclaim their fundamental liberties from Fedra, the WLF is now willing to use all of their newly acquired power, including through violence, to uphold their dominant position in the Pacific Northwest. In addition to the hordes of infected that still haunt the city in The Last of Us Season 2, Dina and Ellie will face some genuinely dangerous WLF opponents who are deep within the WLF home base and are led by Isaac and Abby's unwavering display of power.